guys, it is on. Okay, hi, it's Monique. And I'm on a little bit earlier today just because I need to go to bed so early because tomorrow morning I have to take pictures and it's going to be like before the sun is up. I'm trying to put on one of my favorite songs. So I'm so excited. Today I'm actually going to start working on merchandise for my YouTube channel. And I have my logo on it, my photo queen logo on it, where I'm wearing a crown. So yeah, there's a couple of things that I want to show you guys how to do today actually. Gosh, my hands are so dry. One second. It's been raining nonstop here, actually. It's really kind of odd. Like for the last couple days. I felt so bad yesterday. And today I was like, oh my gosh, do I want to be on YouNow? And the doctor was like, yes, of course I want to be on YouNow. Yeah. I watched part of the Shorty Awards, so that was cool. And I watched this little blog thing that Casey Neistat did about the Shorty Awards. That was really cool. If you watch it, you're just kind of like, is he really skateboarding that fast down the street? Like, he looks like he's moving faster than the traffic. Anyhow, I wanted to show you guys something. On one of my other broadcasts, I was talking about a book that is from National Geographic. I'm thinking a lot about National Geographic just because in the news the other day there was this video of this lady who had like booked a cruise and kind of like an expedition with National Geographic, and the airline bumped her and it was like $10,000. So I guess National Geographic is now paying for her trip and everything, which is great to know that she doesn't have to pay all that money back. She was older, so I think that was like one of her lifetime achievements or dreams. Ooh, so this is a book that I have about National Geographic, and it goes over the history of National Geographic magazine, and like this is one of the most famous covers of all time. That's why it's in the middle, and it's about this girl who was a refugee in Afghanistan. I think it was called Afghan Girl, and a couple years ago they went back to her village to see if they could find her, and it was so creepy. Like, she was grown and she just looked like the exact same woman but a little bit more wrinkled, and I guess she must have tried to get into a different country like Egypt or Syria or somewhere like that, or one of those things. And they would, I don't want to say it's because of National Geographic, but it kind of is, because they started following her as an adult. People were aware of who she was again. It almost seemed like they forgot who she was, and so she tried to get refugee status and they revoked it. Can you imagine? All those years just living your life, and then somebody comes back to see what you look like 20 years later. She's like beautiful eyes. I think that's why people saw, like, she looks like she's wearing a dingy little shirt and beautiful, stunning eyes. Probably was scared at the moment they were taking that picture. But yeah, it gives like the history of National Geographic, and talks about the first magazines and all of that, and like the expeditions all over the world. So that one was June 1985. Oh my god, I wasn't even like born. That cover on the front was June 1985. It's kind of crazy. Anyhow, so I wanted to talk about that book, and I did. And I want to actually talk about a couple of pieces of photo gear that I'm using. I'm pretty excited to finish that merchandise on Redbubble because I want to have these little kind of fluorescent green shirts that have my face on it that I can actually wear out and people won't be like, what the heck is that? Anyhow, I want to talk about this. It's a set of Hoya filters that you put on the front of your camera, and it kind of like builds it up in magnification so that you don't have to go out and buy a macro lens. You just use this, and it's like 3. Maybe I'll just take it out briefly so you can see, but it's like 3 filters like that. And I don't want to touch it because I don't want to smudge it. But that's what they look like. Ooh. That was a weird kind of experience of me staring through it. It makes my mouth so big. Anyhow, there's 3 of these, and you kind of like put them over top the front of the lens, and then it like magnifies the lens so that you can do macro photography. So like if you're taking pictures of like bees or ants or something, they appear super huge and defined and everything. So I'll talk about that in a minute, but I just wanted to show you. And then I'm gonna talk a little bit about this camera that I'm using as my backup camera. I've been using it way more than I thought that I would actually use. I sometimes use it to actually film YouTube videos because you can do video as well with it, and it's really, really good. Oops, I had that on manual focus for some reason. So, like this is a Nikon, I think it's D3300. And the lens, I think, is a Sigma lens. Yeah, it's 18 to 250 that's on it. And obviously they didn't come together. This was really cheap, actually, this camera. Compared to like a regular Nikon camera, it was super cheap. This is what it looks like at the back. It's kind of creepy. It's not like your regular display, but you can toggle back to the original display. Or you can just have the display be black and have it show inside of the camera too. Very cool. I don't want to have to open it up or anything to show you the inside, but you know, that's what it looks like at the top. Shutter button, record button, live view. So you can actually, is that live view? No, that's info. Live view is on the back next to my thumb. But you can see from the top of this one and like the top of standard Nikon cameras, there's no window at the top to show you, you know, what's in there or like what the settings are. You have to actually look through the camera or like at the back of the camera to see. And on the bottom of this camera, I just have this little piece for a tripod, because I never take it off really. I don't bother to do that because it's going to be on a tripod in a day or two anyways. It's kind of creepy that I just took a picture of myself taking a picture. And I have a filter on the top. And that's just so that protects the camera against UV rays and things like that. And like I said, I don't ever put a lens cap on the camera because you just don't have time to take it off if you're going to take a picture. And if you're like a photojournalist, you have no time to take pictures. You just have to be ready to take them. So I'm going to do a video also on some of the items that are in my working camera bag. So some of the items that I would take just like when I get up in the morning and like throw it in my camera bag in order to take pictures. And I'm going to show you 2 types of camera bags as well. I have like a backpack camera bag by Lowepro. That was a couple $100. I think eventually I need to upgrade to a better one, but I don't like putting really a lot of weight on my back. But in the camera bag, I have that camera that takes video, and then I have another Nikon camera, my main camera, that has a wide angle on it. That's a zoom lens. But I have a second ultra zoom lens, and I have the long lens I usually show you guys. And so basically 2 cameras, but I have like a cell phone in there too, and I have all the chargers and extra batteries. and filters. And then I have extra memory cards, and I have 2 card readers. I have one that comes with like for little SD cards, and then I have one that's like a universal card reader so that you can use it with like Nikon cameras and stuff like that. Like compact flash cards, like I showed you the big one over there. Sorry, I just love that part of the song. But yeah, so let's see, what else do I have in there? Yeah, I have the zoom lens, I have a 50 lens, I have wide angle lens, I have the telephoto lens, 2 cameras, and that's all in the base part. And then I have things like pen, paper, and just extra batteries and stuff like that too. I'm so excited to be on Redbubble so I can actually make my t-shirts again. I had this different design, but I have like, and I want to do, at times I put like my actual working photos on Redbubble so you can check those out too. They're from like road trips I took over the summer and like landscape or like pictures of cowboys and just crazy stuff. Because there are still cowboys in this area. Like Wild Wild West cowboys. Like ranchers, basically. At rodeos and things like that. Which I think it's really cool that we still have that. That's my YouTube channel, so go check it out. Monique Massiah. Okay. And I'm gonna go to my Instagram so you can check that out. I don't think it switches over. Usually it like flips on here. That's my Instagram page. It's Monique Massiah. So I'm trying to grow my profile on Instagram just a little bit more. I'm on Snapchat too, so if you want to reach me there, you can. But yeah, so tonight I have to go to bed super early because I have to be up at like 5:45 tomorrow morning so I can go to this event and take pictures. So I'm going to be totally on, like wired on coffee in the morning. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to survive it. Oh, yesterday was crazy. I had like a crazy writing day with a whole bunch of stories. I don't like to wait until the last minute to write them. So I wrote like 3 days before that and like 2 more. And still I was so tired. I just totally passed out. Okay, I might as well show you. I'll show you the filters. This one's the biggest one. I don't know, I have like an obsession with Japan and I'm happy that it's made in Japan. You can see the different magnifications. I think it actually has, yes, it does have the magnification. The size of the lens that it'll fit on, the type of camera, like it's made for Nikons by Hoya. Magnification, where it comes from. It's on each one of them. And I've used it to take pictures of like ladybugs, which are really cute, even though they're bugs. But yeah, like this one's +4. The other one was +1. Can you see that? Like if I put it in front of my lips, it makes my mouth look giant. Ah. And I think the last one, let's see, what is it? +2. So essentially, you would have like what is it? 7 if you put them all together. 7 times magnification. It was pretty cheap, a couple $100, and so that's really cheap compared to having to buy a whole lens, a micro lens, or like a camera that works for that specific reason. go check out my YouTube channel. I did a video on like umbrellas, like photography umbrellas, how to use them. So, you know, what I mean is like it's a cheap alternative compared to using a softbox or hot light with softbox on it. Just get photography umbrella and you can use like your flash. Actually, that's one thing I wanted to show you, this grip that I built for my flash. Oops. Hi, I'm back. I shouldn't really call it a grip. I keep calling it a grip for some reason. I don't know why. It's a clamp. All of these things you should be able to get off of Amazon.com. Or if you can't get it on Amazon.com, just go to like your camera store and ask them for parts for clamps. You could probably find this in a kit for like a stand. Or you can make it on your own. It's not that difficult. So I'm just gonna take the top off. So this is what the clamp looks like. And so this is the part that would go into the stand. There's a section here you can put the umbrella through. Let's see if you can see that. You can put the umbrella through there. Tighten it up here. This is so you can swivel, pull it out, and turn it. And this is where you put, this is like the hot shoe. This is where you put your flash. So this is one of my extra flashes. It's a Nikon SB900 flash. That's what it looks like. Whew. It's a flash. I don't think it has any juice in it. Oh, it's just barely starting. It doesn't even show the back. It's like almost dead. So I need to change the batteries. But you slip this into this. Let's do it really quick. And then you lock it. And then you put this on a stand and shoot into the umbrella. Oops, I was trying to do it like there. You shoot it into the umbrella like that. And then you can shoot through the umbrella straight like this. Or you can bounce it off the back of the umbrella straight back at the model. So I have to show you how easy it is to use your flash that you use with your camera instead of going out and buying a hot light, which is just going to be like $500 to $1,000 just for that one light. This one's probably going to be like $250 for a flash. Or you can get a used one, maybe off of Amazon.com, and that might be like $100 or something. So I wanted to show you that. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see that. You'll see the setup of how I did it with the umbrellas. And I did it with this light and then a really cheap kind of like hot light as well. But the benefit of using one of these flashes instead of a hot light is that if you want to take pictures outdoors, you don't have to use something that needs an outlet. You can take this anywhere. And you can make the grip clamp out of extra parts that you have around your, if you're like into photography, I'm sure you can get any of these. Or you can take pieces off of, you know, you can take pieces off of like a stand, or just go out and buy a light stand or something. Whoa, we are #1 in YouTuber right now. Yeah. When I talk about this being an off-camera flash, I'm just going to take it off of the clamp for a second. I'm going to put it on my little backup camera. I changed the strap on the camera to one that I got from a camera store. It's just because sometimes I use a really heavy lens on here and I like to have something more padded. I think this is made by Crumpler. I like to have something a little bit more padded on my shoulder if I'm going to use a heavy camera. So that's what I mean by the flash being off camera. I can take it off, and you know, it's a TTL flash, so I can put it on a stand somewhere and remotely start it or trigger it and have it like, I think I once did some pictures of my sister's car because she wanted to sell it or something. And so I backlit the car with a flash at the back and then a flash at the front, and it illuminated the car on the inside. And we took pictures at night that way. So we used like color gel on the top so that it looked blue on the inside as well. It was really cool, actually. But that's what I mean by off-camera flash. You can take it off. And if you have like a flash sync cable, you can go like this and take the pictures or move around too. You don't really need a flash sync cable with Nikon cameras if you know how to do it remotely. So what I mean by on-camera flash is the pop-up flash on the camera that just popped up here. That's what they mean by the on-camera flash. As you can see, it's tiny, so it's really limited. It's only going to take a flash like that, but that flash I can put it anywhere, any direction really. I can turn it completely, almost 360. So that's what they mean. And you know, to get it to pop up, you press this little thing on the side again. I actually have to clean that tonight. Just with like a microfiber cloth. That's what I'm going to use. Ooh. So go visit my YouTube channel. Let me know here on YouNow when I'm doing a broadcast. Let me know what kinds of things you want to see or learn about in photography. And I will do a video for you. I'm basically on YouNow every single day right now. I have 5 more days of my challenge of being on YouNow every day. I think it's going to be really cool to show people what I use as a working photographer, like a photojournalist, because I write a lot, but I also have like a digital recorder that I do recordings of interviews on, and I use my cell phone for that as like a backup too. It's really cool. Another really cool thing about this camera, and a lot of cameras nowadays, is that you could use Bluetooth and like wirelessly transmit your pictures. You don't have to sit down and connect it to a computer anymore. And like when the new Apple computer, like the MacBook Air came out, I'm using a MacBook Air basically right now to edit videos. And I have an iMac at home too. But they didn't have the camera, like the card reader in it anymore. So everybody was just like really bummed out. You have to get an adapter to do it. And you know, if you're using an adapter, there's a bit of lossless, like a loss of speed while you're using it, like to transmit images and stuff. That's why like people like to use FireWire instead of USB because it's faster. Well, now you have to use an adapter. It's going to be a little bit slower. So I'm like chewing on Fisherman's Friends. Apparently I have the beginning of a cold. And I don't want it to progress and be horrible or anything. I was listening to some really, really sad songs earlier. And I think really sad songs change your mood around. They make you so depressed. Don't be depressed, be happy. I understand that people can't be happy all the time, but I don't know, I can't really be sad. Be sad when it's appropriate. But if it's the vacation or, you know, I can see it's Monday, people don't want to go back to work on Mondays. But there's no reason to be sad. And it's not like I'm trying to like guilt trip people into being upset or not being upset about because somebody else could have something worse in their life. But you might as well just live your life and be happy with it. Aspire to be great. I bought this Nivea cream. That's what I'm putting on my hands all the time, this Nivea cream. Look at how thick it is. Look at that. Whoa. Not coming out of there, are you? Yeah, it's really awesome. Actually, right after a shower to put it on, because it like traps all the moisture in your skin. And where I live, it's like really close to the mountains. So it's so dry. There's like no real big bodies of water. There's a river, but you know, not like the ocean or like great humidity. So everything, your hands become dry so quickly. So I'm always putting on more. My nails are growing like crazy lately. My hair is getting more froed out, which is great. And I really wanted to do that. But my nails are just totally growing like crazy. That's like my real nails. So it's really odd to me. And I put on this super purple lipstick, and I don't know if it looks good or not. But yeah, check out my Instagram channel. I actually, oh my gosh, I forgot to take my picture. I do like a daily picture on my Instagram just to show people what I'm wearing. And I totally forgot. Actually, I'll show you guys later too. I have a green screen behind me that you just pull down. And that's what I do in like, YouTube videos. Oh, I thought I had it on like, you know, 3 seconds preview, but I didn't. I was just focusing on my face. That was really silly. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I got this shirt at Urban Behavior. It's really nice, really comfy. But it totally promotes the army. Like, not the Canadian Army, the US Army. And that's what another thing I saw in the news too. So, photojournalist talk here. So I've been following the news in like Japan and Korea and the United States. And I heard that the United States is doing drills in like the sea outside of Japan with Japan. And that's fine and all, but it seems kind of crazy. Like when I was a kid, when I was in high school, I lived in Japan. And when I was over there, North Korea sent like a missile over Japan. I think they do it really often just to kind of provoke Japan. But there's something you should remember. I think it was only last year that Japan activated or reactivated their military. After the war, they didn't really use their military. Right? So I'm just texting that picture and putting it on my Instagram page. But yeah, they didn't really have a military. So it's just like they now have to train a whole bunch of people. And like, how are they going to get a big military? Are they going to start a draft or something in Japan? Or are they just going to go on a volunteer basis? Like, they literally had no active military. Right? So, and remember what North Korea just said like 3 days ago. They were like, we're prepared to go to war with the United States. I was like, what? And, you know, I know a lot of people think that North Korea is like posturing, but you have to take people seriously. And so I really do believe that they'll try to do either to Japan first and then South Korea. And then the United States will be pulled into a war again. Because those two countries are so close. They wouldn't attack China. That's a huge, like a huge country. But Japan, they have a, like, I don't want to say weak, but, you know, they're like a newer country to have a military because they got rid of their military after like Hiroshima and Nagasaki and all that stuff happened to them where it totally obliterated their country. And they're still recovering from the tsunami and all of those other things that happened. Really devastated their people. I really want to see, is the Olympics that are going to be in Japan or it's the World? I can't remember if it's the Olympics. Let me just look it up. 2020 Summer Olympics are going to be in Japan. They've hosted the Olympics like 3 times already. 2 winter and then 1 summer Olympics, which is pretty cool. I don't know. The other day, my favorite hockey team got kicked out of the playoffs, Montreal. My first team, the Flames, got kicked out. And then Montreal was eliminated by the Rangers. And I was all happy. I was like, like that. They could, yeah, they're going to win. They have this one chance to beat the Rangers. And it was just like they lost. So I think that the Ottawa Senators are the only Canadian team that's left in playoffs. So I'm going to have to cheer for them because, you know, you have to cheer for a Canadian team. I don't really like a lot of the other teams that are in there. They're the only chance of bringing the Stanley Cup back to Canada. I was listening to this song on another broadcast the other day and I just really loved it. So I went onto my Spotify and I downloaded it. And I think it's also because I was having one of those moments, you know, one of my Queen moments where I'm just like, oh my God. They haven't even said anything yet, and I like the song. It's called Sandstorm. I need to get rid of some of the notifications on my phone because I get a message every time somebody's like watching my YouNow, or if they're like, you know, liking one of my pictures on Facebook or on Instagram, and it's just like, you know, ding, 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 ding. It's just like, oh my gosh, I think it was like 2 a.m. a couple days ago, and I got a message and I forgot to turn down my volume. I have my phone on all the time just in case there's an emergency that I have to go to, and it was just like, oh my gosh, it's so like early. Who's awake at this time? And I thought to myself, could be in a different country too. But it'll be really cool to actually do the design. Let's see if I can find it on my phone so I can show you what my design is. It's basically my logo that's on my Google Plus page. So you just go to my main page and you can see it on my YouTube channel too. Let's see if I can like find myself. There it is. It's my Google account. That's my logo, the little one with me in the crown. There. Let's see if I can make it bigger. No. Come on. No, it just goes to my main Google Plus page. Because that's what I had before, and I looked sad. I was thinking to myself, I look so sad. I look serious. I look like... So yeah, I'm changing it to the happier one. But it's cool. It's going to be on some of my merch. And it's on Redbubble. I'll put the link actually on here. I'll post, like once I finish this shirt, it's going to be a t-shirt, and then I'm going to do it on some hoodies as well. But yeah, it's going to be on the hoodies a kind of like monogram kind of thing. And then on the t-shirt, it's going to be the whole face. It might be a little bit difficult to do it because I'm going to do it on a transparent background for the hoodies, just so I can change the colors and stuff. But yeah, they're going to be like really, really lit, really popping kind of shirts and stuff. I don't like dark, like boring colors. I like black and red. Those are my favorite colors. But I like super like spearmint kind of, or pink or purple. So I like those colors too. So it'll be really neat as well. I thought about doing one that said, the King of Trinidad, or like the Queen of Trinidad, those kinds of things. That would be funny. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel that you guys are watching. You watch my broadcast here, and it goes straight onto my YouTube channel so you can watch it again. It's Monique Massiah. Check it out. So, yeah. I'm drinking so much water lately because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm about to have a breakout, like a bad one. And yeah, I'm trying to drink a lot of water just to prevent that so I look good in pictures. I think that I was drinking milk more and I have like a reaction to milk. It's really odd. Like sometimes I like to drink milk at night. Like have some warm milk or just like half a cup of milk before I go to sleep. I don't know why. But so I started doing it and I don't know. I think it started to make me break out. Or sometimes I'll have like milk in my tea. So I don't really drink a lot of milk anymore. I used to drink it all the time, and now I think that I'm having a reaction like here and a little bit here. And it's just from the milk, the fattiness of the milk or cheese and stuff. So I've got to really drink a whole bunch of water. Oh. But like I said, I wanted to show you. Oh my god, I must have like no upper body strength today. I wanted to show you my National Geographic book. Because it is really iconic. Look at that. Where else are you going to find a magazine that shows you that? You know? It's really awesome. Oh, I don't want to take the cover off because it always ruins it. Maybe I'll show you guys next time the Time magazine book that I got. Actually, it was a gift for someone, or that someone gave me because they knew how much I like photography. Like, they talk about Mars. And how cool is that? I'm sorry, I'm having a gout moment. But, yeah. It's really awesome, really. They sent me a Life magazine kind of covers issue, and it's really cool because it has prints in it that you can actually hang up on the wall in your house. So they have like the end of the war picture, you know, with the sailor who dips the girl and kisses her and everything. I'll see if I can actually bring it out, maybe on the next broadcast, just so you can see what it looks like. But it's really iconic and really cool. I just see the other day, I was feeling so sick. I was doing my broadcast from my room. I was actually in my bed because I couldn't move one of my legs properly. It just hurt so bad. I didn't want to take any medication just yet. It's weird, this medication they gave me, you're only supposed to take it like after 12 hours. And so I was feeling so sick. I used it. And it didn't kick in at first, like you're supposed to use it with food. So I used it and I was just like, oh, you know. And then literally like 2 hours after, I was like dead to the world. I totally passed out. I couldn't open my eyes to read on the computer. I just went like that. I woke up and I saw that I had the computer still on. And I was just like, it was crazy. Let's change my song. I saw a whole bunch of really cool old songs that I really like Nina Simone, I Put a Spell on You, or Putting on the Ritz, actually. I don't know, when I was a kid, I'm playing a little bit of that right now. And it's like Ella Fitzgerald. When I was a kid, my parents, for some reason, used to play a ton of Ella Fitzgerald. And so I used to dress up like her. I used to put on like little dresses and stuff and do my makeup and lipstick and pretend I was her. It's really weird. Or on like Broadway or whatever. So before it gets too late, I'm actually going to go on Redbubble, and I'd say in like 2 or 3 hours or something, go check out Redbubble, check out my merchandise. You can check it out right now. You know, the pictures and stuff, I'm not going to post them yet, and the videos and everything. I'm going to actually maybe do a video of me making merch eventually, but I'm going to do the video definitely of what's in my camera bag as well. Just so you can see what it takes on a daily basis and how to be prepared. Because I noticed that at first. So I had this really awesome teacher in journalism school who was like, you must be prepared for everything. So you must be prepared for it to snow, to rain, to be super hot, and everything. And I remember thinking one day, I was at an event, and I remember seeing this one photographer who had the wrong shoes on, and we were on a construction site, that was it, and they gave us these little slip things to put over our shoes, and it was like, you did not read the information before you came here. They weren't dressed properly, they didn't have the right shoes, they didn't have the right gear, and I could see them struggle, and you know, it's kind of weird, like you have to always be prepared. So make sure all the batteries are charged up, make sure you have things to write. If it's so cold outside that you can't write, make sure that you have like mitts. Make sure that you have like, you know, a recorder so you don't press record. You don't have to write it and stuff like that. Hey. I was listening to really like sad songs, so it's time for me to listen to some upbeat Bruno Mars. No, he has some of the songs where you listen to the words and it's like you could actually see him wearing this 24 karat gold kind of necklace and like dancing. In your mind, you can think of him on the beach or somewhere getting an extra tan. It's so funny. Oh my god. But yeah, I found my prop, the Barbie prop, which is like the picture of my profile. It's the Barbie prop that I use to show people how to do like photography tricks and stuff, or to understand photography. I found it, which is amazing. So I'm going to do one of those videos too. I don't want to give away all the ideas and stuff that I'm going to be doing this week, but I'll be doing a video every day so that you can see. So like I said, I showed you guys the clamp that you can make. Seriously, like anybody can make this. The only thing that's like this part comes all in one piece, but all this stuff you can buy. The hot shoe you can buy separately too. I rarely ever take pictures with the on-camera flash. I'll always use this one. And I'll like bounce it off the ceiling. Or I'll use like, you know, the diffuser side of it. Or the card to bounce it off. Or I just won't take flash pictures. If it's bright outside, it's sunny, I'll just take pictures just like that, like if I'm taking pictures of rugby or something. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. So go check out my YouTube channel, please, and subscribe. Or come to my Instagram. Whoops, it just changed. Oh, it just changed to one of my friend's videos. How dare. And I will be back probably tomorrow at the same time on YouNow. If I'm not back here tomorrow at 5, then I'll probably be on right at like 12 o'clock at night. And that's just because I'm still awake at that time, because I'm either writing or I'm planning something for my YouTube channel at that time. And then it's time to go to sleep. So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's about 5:40 or getting really close to 6 o'clock over here Mountain Time. And that means I only have like 3 hours before I have to go to sleep, which is really weird. Going to bed like I'm a kid or anything. But it's just because I have to wake up so early to take pictures tomorrow, like the crack of dawn, before the sun even comes up. Okay. It's been nice chatting with you guys. Like I said, visit my YouTube channel. And this video is going to be on my YouTube channel in about 10 minutes. Okay, bye.